Everybody, welcome back. I'm really excited for today's video. Like I said in yesterday's video, finally made Masters after a long climb through Diamond. And so finally I was ready to experiment with a few different decks. And so yesterday, after playing Zed Nar to show you guys the deck that I got to Masters with, I picked up some Galio Morgana. I had played a little bit of this in Diamond when I was trying to climb, but I especially enjoyed it this morning when I was testing it on my own. I played 6 games and I went 5-1 with Infinite Patron's list. I don't know if this was his original list, but this is the one I saw him playing on the ladder. And I specifically like this one for Sheriff, Lariat Rose here at the top end, and Mahira, Aspect Ascendant. Mahira is one of my favorite cards from the newest expansion, and it's just a way to help synergize with Morgana in the late game if you haven't leveled her up yet, as well as an overwhelm threat. I also have found Windstinger to be very good. I wasn't sure about that card when I first started playing the deck, or even this expansion in other Elder Dragon decks, but there have been quite a few games where this won me the game. We have Sheriff Lariat Rose as a one-of. When I'm summoned, grant all enemies vulnerable is just a really nice burst speed effect that hits the board like there's no, reaction on the stack for your opponent. And in so many board-based matchups that are in the meta right now, just being able to pick off your opponents how you please is so important. Obviously, in the early game, we have tons of the Pedrasite units. The Hound, Broadwing, Charger, all very efficient for their stats and their mana cost. For example, we have a Challenger threat. This guy can't take damage from spells or skills, which has come in very clutch when you try to use strike spells to kill other things. Obviously, Mage Seeker Inquisitor has been one of the most popular cards in this meta. And yeah, so many of the other cards you would have seen from other Elder Dragon decks, and it just stacks really well with Galio being able to threaten rallies as well in the late game and reinforce your already buffy board, turning your, Petrolite Charger from an 04 to an 07, whatever it may be. It just was really a fantastic deck at going over the top while still interrupting your opponents at every turn in the early game. You have 3 copies of Magical Fettering, 3 copies of Mage Seeker Jr. It's a really oppressive deck for your opponent, and it can go in so many directions, super aggressive from the offset to dominate aggro decks. This morning, I went like 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, 4 drop, and just won against Annie Jin. They barely pushed any damage because I was able to challenge their key units, suppress them so they couldn't play any spells. I had a Morgana in hand too that I didn't get to play before my opponent conceded. And obviously at the top end, you just have so many big units to help go over the top as well. Like, this is a very fascinating hand. I think I'm not going to keep Inquisitor because I need to stabilize my board presence before turn 4 comes around, or else I'm kind of going to be losing. Inquisitor could kill a Zed, but at that time, my opponent would already be able to get off an attack with Zed. So I like this hand. This is a little bit more... I don't know. I don't know if Loaded Ground is necessarily the way you want to go in this matchup, just because I'm not going to aggro them down. I kind of just trying to set up a board presence, so later in the game, there's going to come a time when they put enough pressure on us that I'm forced to throw away these guys, and I don't want to have to spend the actions later in the game trying to throw out as many units as possible. I'm going to take this gamble. If they have like a Mark of the Isles, I'm going to have to be okay with that. But I'm going to let these guys go because it might... Yeah, okay, that's fine. Obviously, the quick attack, we can't kill him right away, but I think we're still fine. I didn't think of that at first, though. I actually thought we were going to kill him. I forgot. Yeah, that is a little annoying, isn't it? Is that actually living through that attack? I forgot the quick attack was taking away from his health. That is a good point. Next turn... I'm obviously going to have to throw away this guy. I don't care about that. These 1-drops, I might get rid of. Actually, I'll play Charger here because they might attack with their next action. And I only need to play Broadwing at some point this turn because I am going to have to develop next turn. Yeah, this is a very nice attack from our opponent. Jeepers. They had a really good curve, didn't they? It wasn't like the most insane thing in the world, but certainly did its job at beating our deck. We didn't, like, if we had a Gentleman's Duel at some point here, it would have been nice for shutting down these two. So there are ways this deck would have, or ways this game would have gone much differently. I'm gonna have to chump block here. And obviously I'm kind of dying elsewhere. So I might as well stop Zed from leveling. They might have the Dragonling attack. I don't know why I always forget the name of that card. I pride myself in being able to learn card names sometimes. Not all the time, but just sometimes. And that is for whatever reason. Card I have not learned. I could go with Fire Spitter. But I think Sheriff Lariat Rose is just way better with the extra health. And for this turn, she'll essentially have Challenger anyway. Or I could play Fire Spitter, kill Zed, and go after Gwen. He'll live anyway. Sure. What am I trying to accomplish though? What's the difference? I kind of want to be able to kill this too. I think I'm just gonna go Sheriff to get Petrislate Charger able to kill stuff. Ooh, I'll go Deathless. I don't know if that matters. Maybe I should go Challenger in case they play another important unit here, but
the chase begins.
any pump spells here might be pretty bad for us. But we have enough units that we might be able to live one more turn. If they develop next turn, like Enraged Fire Spitter could ping off the Ghastly Band that spawns. Okay, I think I have to be okay with this. If they open attack next turn, I don't think I'm dead. I'm just hurting. Okay, now I might be dead. They'd have to have more pump spells though. Let's see. I can block like this. Go down to 3. I might as well keep my Broadwing alive. Because like I don't have any spells in hand anyways. I'm just gonna have to play 6-drop after this. And keeping my unit alive here at this point is kind of important. Especially if they have the Dragonling attack card. Hey Canadian, how are you? Good to see you again, as always. Alright, I'm gonna play Fire Spitter here. Just try to find some healing. Not exactly what I wanted, but we should be okay. We just need to kill them on the next turn. Do they have any stuns? I bet they might. He beat Hades. Oh, nice. The video game. I was like, I don't get that reference. Okay, yeah, that's right. Right, well, we're killing them on the open attack. If they don't have... Okay. They're going to have to top deck something. So I'm going to play this out slow. They literally just have one card in hand. So if I just play Broadwing plus recall something, I don't think we can die here. That's actually a little troublesome. No, that's actually... We still win. We still win. Right? No, we don't. Hold on a second. This is not good. I have to block all of them, though. No, I don't have to. I can kill this beforehand and it saves me a lot of health. Yeah, okay. Sure. This will let me chump block with these two without them dying. And next turn when they open attack, they're only attacking with one Shark Chariot and the Host, or the Ghastly Band, so they again have to top deck something. Ooh, this is weird. It has a proper ending, it still gives you a reason to try and break out. Oh, gotcha, yeah, in case you want to play after beating the game, that's cool. I like games that add some sense of playability.
If only she could see me.
That's not good. Galio, I think, should get the job done here. We're gonna go down to 1. Oh, perfect, perfect. Okay, now this game's over. It was closer than I wanted it to be, but we got there, I think.
I shall need my tools.
Taking you in.
This is not over, isn't it? Maybe I should just do this. Do I need the extra Galio health? I don't know if it matters at this point. Maybe it does. Next turn he can at least attack into Gwen. Okay, I think this is fine. It's a little sketchy. I'm hoping this next turn I can recall Gwen.
No matter their resolve, mine will be stronger.
Like they might have a unit in hand. Because recalling Gwen, obviously, right away, they'll just be able to replay her. But our Fire Spirit will live through challenging Gwen. Ooh. Again, I don't know if that's good enough. They'll just pay the 4 mana to unshackle her. But we'll be pushing 1, 2, 7, 13 damage. Technically, this is lethal. If they don't have another unit. I need to kill her, so I'm not going to recall her. Like, I need to kill her anyways, or else she's going to kill me.
I am Mahira, vessel of divine judgment.
As long as I literally didn't top deck another dragon. Why do I literally need to memorize this name. Okay, oof. Good game. Very tight.
That was fun. So who's next?
The 6 drops just giving you so much value from the Elder Dragon boons is so wild. Like, all the extra stats and challengers and healing. I was thinking about getting Baldur's Gate. I haven't played a good Dungeons and Dragons game in a long time. But the thing is, I don't play many story mode games. I prefer competitive video games, and if I'm going for a story, I just like read a book. I don't know why. I don't play too many story mode games. I don't know if Mage Seeker Jr. is going to be a great card in this matchup, but could be okay. I don't expect them to have too many cheap cards besides things like maybe a few pump spells, but that might only increase, Brittle Steel from 2 to 3, Hate Spike from 2 to 3. But it's just a nice, like, 3-drop, I guess. That's a good card, too. I've run into this Callista Freljord deck twice today now. I think I'm just going to play Mage Seeker. No. What am I going to do here? I don't want to just play Magical Fettering, because I'd still only be able to play 1 creature next turn. 1 unit. And if I play a unit this turn, I can at least... Like, I'm going to make this a little bit more expensive for myself, which is a little annoying. But I don't want to play this right now. Just make this into an 0-5. It still dies to, like, a Soul Harvest. I guess it would suppress them. I don't know. They wouldn't be able to block Callista, so I don't think I gain anything from it. I'm just gonna play this next turn so my Broadwing can try to go after Callista. They might have a Hate Spike. I need to be careful of that. But we don't have much else going for us. Okay. Well, this is always really nice. It makes their suppression cost 3 now. In this specific instance, I don't feel like it's the most impactful. I don't know what else they're going to be doing with that mana. But just a little reason why this deck has been pretty good lately. Do I take the gamble? They still could get us with a Hate Spike. Or a Brittle Steel. Not Brittle Steel. Sky Splitter. I think I just... Wait, I don't care about this Callisto right now. I'm going to wait, and then I want to get my Morgana down. Now I have a pump spell too. Okay. Well, not a pump spell, a strike spell. I don't know if that's the best pass in the world, but I think it's fine.
I have found such beauty in mortality.
I don't know. I think there's an argument back on turn 2. I probably should have just gone Broadwing, and then instead of Mage Seeker Jr., maybe I should have just played the 2-mana Fettering. They have the mana for 1 3-mana spell. I don't, so I'm just going to take this again. The damage doesn't matter too much here, I don't think. That's not really what I'm concerned about. I'm going to put as much pressure as I can here. I'm going to have 2 challenger threats. To kill their things so Mordekaiser can't get a good revive next turn. I obviously could have just open attack, but they might just take the damage. Whoa. Okay, I guess I should have started with Fettering. But, yeah, that's a little harsh. We might just die next turn. Not what I was expecting. When I saw Freljord, I was thinking like cheap pump spells and Glacial Saurian, not Buried in Ice. That got me good. Revna. What on earth is going on here? Yeah, I most certainly was not expecting this deck. That's kind of funny. Well, at least we made it out of this turn. That could have been much worse. I don't want that to happen again, so I'm going to start with Suppression. Everything else is going to be a little spooky here from now on out, though. So I might just take this open attack. Or... they have Suppression in hand. They can't play Ruination. So what if I just say... I'm going to kill you this turn if you don't have a big response. And Morgana levels. Okay, this turn is actually kind of crazy. We still hold up our strike spell if we need it. And oh, yeah, I always forget about that. Starting with Fire Spitter there, they still have Suppression in hand. Like, they can't do anything. That's actually really nice. It's like they can't respond in any sense on the stack there. I always forget just those little details. It makes it so good. Like, you know, if like it was a Glimpse Beyond or whatever option they might have in that scenario. Just like, nope, you can't react. I think I'm just going to try to kill her. And then Morgana open attack shackles the Revna and we just win on the spot. Yeah, wow, what a game. That was pretty good. Our deck does some nasty things. There's some games where I just feel like, oh, it's so hard for your opponent to deal with everything that you're doing, you know?
This ephemeral
I don't feel like I did anything special. I've had so much fun with Morgana. This is why I generally don't play decks like this, though. I don't like having, like, oodles of... Yeah, like, this is ugly. In a matchup when we want to be really dominating board on, like, turns 4, 5, 6, and not being able to play any of these cards is kind of awful. Thankfully, we drew a pretty good 1, 2, 3 curve, at least, in the meantime. But not the game plan I would like. I'd much prefer Mage Seeker Inquisitors, Magical Fettering. I don't even know if I want to pass here because I'm not gaining any advantage next turn by. I'm just gonna have to pass my next 2 turns. You know what I mean? Obviously, my attack here isn't great, so I'm not gonna do much, but this mid game area turns, like, if we don't draw anything here on the next 2 turns, okay, that's good. That would have been pretty bad if we didn't get to play anything until turn 6 here. Now at this rate, our Galio's looking pretty good if we can get there. At the moment, they haven't threatened any good Mordekaiser revive targets, so it's not like it's the worst thing in the world if we do have to wait for them to get Mordekaiser on board. I don't know if I want to kill these or not. I'm really tempted not to. The only game plan we have going for us right now is Galio coming down. I might block here, because this guy doesn't take damage from Hate Spike anyways. And it'll save us a decent amount of damage. He can still get back up to an 0-4 when we play Galio. But I don't think I'm going to throw away these guys quite yet. We just don't have much. Like, if I had, you know, more applicable units in hand, maybe I'd be willing to, but I'm kind of just hoping they're willing to play the passing game until turn 7 too at this point. Okay. Well, they did pass on turn 5 as well. That was the one gap in our plan. So now we can at least play a Fire Spitter to kill something. A 9/5 fearsome. I don't think that's necessary. Because he's going to get the 3 HP anyways next turn from Galio. And the 4 versus 5 HP doesn't matter if they try to play Death's Grasp. I have my Shielded Durand available, obviously. And this is actually really nice. It'll deal the 5 damage and then heal 2. So he's going to be nice and healthy. Okay, do I let them play Mordekaiser? Yes, because I'm threatening the Fire Spitter, so they can't play that until I play Galio. Or they can't play Mordekaiser until I attack. Even a Deathless Galio is really good, even though he comes back as like a 1/1. Getting this enter the battlefield effect is really good again. Ah, Deathless, okay. That's a little troublesome. So if I attack here, just here, we lose 5 HP. If I'm mathing correctly, I could attack with one more and lose 4 HP, but I don't think I'm going to risk it if they have, like, I don't know, Mark of the Isles, which seems a little silly. But I also just don't want to mess up my math here. I'd lose 5 HP, so we'd go down to 29. Lose 4 HP. Okay. Okay, good. Woof! I'm really sure my math is correct here. I didn't attack with this guy because I still want him to be really healthy as a threat to kill bigger units. Whereas this guy, his health doesn't actually matter, so if I'm going to throw away the health on one unit.
I may be made of stone, but I'm all heart.
I don't think... I think Galio is so cringy. Poor guy. He seems noble-hearted, but... Alright, if they develop anything here, we just shackle with Mahira and go next turn. Not go next game. Hopefully go next game in our favor. We could also go Fire Spitter to pick off a weak unit rather than just shackling something. But I think shackling is essentially just as effective at this point. They're also just worried about the rally, right? Having Galio on board is so bad for them. Their deck does not run great ways of killing Galio. Sometimes they run Vengeance, right? Occasionally, some of the lists. But a lot of it's like Hate Spikes and Death's Grasps.
I'm made of petricite, not patience.
Okay.
Kill. Either way, they are mine.
I am Mahira, vessel of divine judgment.
Now they pretty much can only kill one thing of ours with Mordekaiser if they unshackle him. But they'd be left with 1 mana and we'd rally. I think we're in a good spot. Alright, GG. Yeah, this deck feels really good. And it's using all my favorite cards from the new expansion. I've been loving this deck.
That was fun. So who's next?
That's probably my favorite Galio deck. I've only played a few games, obviously. But what was the other good Galio deck a season or two ago? And I like that because it was good, but I didn't necessarily love playing it. Petricite Charge is actually an interesting keep just as my 4-drop in this game. I don't know if I mind that too much, but I think I'm going to try to be a bit more aggressive. Morgana just dies to a Death's Grasp. And since I won't be actually increasing the cost of the Death's Grasp, they won't be at like a disadvantage for playing it. I think I'd rather just like look for a Magical Fettering or a 1-drop here. Okay. This is an interesting curve. I could go turn 3, Charger, and then turn 4, I could go Magical Fettering while it's still 2 mana and then play a Mage Seeker Jr. I think I might just do that. And then the question for me in this situation here, next upcoming turn. Okay, well I guess they made the decision for me. I was gonna say, should I play Magical Fettering on the Broadwing to make it so I have a 5 damage challenger? But when you cast it, you're obviously vulnerable to a hate spike. So at least in this instance, a reason I'd play it on Charger is, like right now, like they can't kill him with a Death's Grasp, so it automatically resolves, pretty much guaranteed. And if they don't play this right away, I'll make it 3 mana, just to rub the salt in the wound. Perfect. And I think I'll attack. I kind of just want to keep their board clear. I only need to be worried about them playing a Morgana next turn. I wouldn't be able to respond with Gentleman's Duel. But if I'm playing my next Mage Seeker Junior, yeah, I think this is fine. Now they left it so I can actually kill Morgana with Petrocite Charger with a Gentleman's Duel. And I like trying to clear their board of any units before Mordekaiser can come down. I don't know if I overplay into that. Like, if those aren't the game-winning cards to have on board, but... Also, Fire Spitter pinging off Legion of the Severed feels really good. We're pushing 17 damage here. Wow, they're almost dead.
I shall show them what it is to fall.
Like, this guy's just hitting like a truck. He's a 3-drop, and we played that fettering on him. And getting the heals from the Ranged Fire Spitter trigger, like, man. Our opponent has to worry about a lot of stuff.
Anyone gathered here is an enemy of the crown.
Okay. It's a little annoying. I think it should be fine. With 4 mana, I don't think they can stop my Charger from killing Morgana. I think this is fine with us. I'm going to kill Morgana, and if they try to kill my Mage Seeker Junior, I can just reply with a Shielded Durand. And then I get a stunned copy of this guy back, so he'd be available next turn. Yeah, I mean, it might be a little inconvenient to spend so much mana next turn. I might just let this die if they take the trade and then just play a new one, rather than the Shielded Durand. No, that would make sense, because I only have this unit left anyways, so I just need to preserve as many units as I have. Okay. Well, what can we draw here? We have 11 mana. It's going to be 7 mana just to clear our hand of the Shackles and then play Fettering. I'd leave up Gentleman's Duel. And I could kill a Mordekaiser. Okay, I think I'm just going to open attack here. I don't want them to develop a Mordekaiser into a Deathless Inquisitor. That'd be pretty bad. And then potentially be able to follow up with like a Glimpse Beyond. So I'm just going to kill this guy. Again, if they have Mordekaiser, they just get to kill this guy anyways, but it's less trouble than it will be in the long run if they get like multiple copies. So I want to be the reactive one here. Like, I want them to be forced to play Mordekaiser, and I can just kill them when they don't have a chance to respond. Because this would actually only go up to 4 mana if they cast a Mordekaiser right now. Yeah. They could have their own hate spike. Another Deathless Inquisitor, that's a little annoying. I think I'll just pass. I don't think this does anything here when it could so easily be countered if I tried playing it on one of my units. I need to find like a Galio soon though. Ah. Yeah, that's a little oppressive. I mean, I can tell they do not appreciate magic users like us. I'll play it here to play around a Death's Grasp. Ooh, I can't. That's right. I need to hope this resolves. This went This went sideways quickly. I thought we were in a pretty good spot. If they only have Hate Spike, we get out of it. Because they can only cast one. If they do Death's Grasp, okay. I can at least do this then. Alright, well, we're still in a bad spot. I think we just drew too many spells. We didn't draw enough units to help finish off the game in time. But this turn, obviously, was really close to going even worse. I don't know what we could draw off the top here that would actually be really good here. We do run 2 sign-in. That'd be good. I guess it's better than nothing, but I don't know if it's going to help us win the game here.
We must own our regrets, else they bind us.
Morgana actually could have been an okay draw, I suppose, too. Yeah, okay. I don't think we're winning this one. Unfortunate. Close game. I just don't think it quite went our way.
I have found such beauty in mortality.
And then the open attack, we're still alive, so I guess it's still worth playing out. We're not quite dead.
Share in my curse. Welcome, anguish. No half-mask can hide the torment you're truly in, Klaus.
You're just a mere conjuring. Go away.
I don't even know if Magical Fettering is actually a good card in the late game. That didn't really do much. Ooh, okay, there we go. That's pretty good.
You leave me no other choice.
I find mages are like weeds. They're stone-rooted.
Your predilection for cruelty will haunt you one day.
Even if they unshackle this one? Ah, okay. Well,
Whatever is so.
don't think we're going to be able to get out of this one.
Do not look away.
It will all be over soon.
I mean, we can't even kill this Morgana. Or Mordekaiser, obviously. Yeah, okay, I think this one's done. I don't know. I don't think we drew our best cards at the right times. And that's a pretty similar matchup, so sometimes the mirror match is going to be
Change you.
kind of iffy in that sense. But I thought it was a good game. We just kind of ran out of ways to threaten them enough. We didn't really draw our good units at the right time. Which I actually have not had much problem with. Overall, I felt like the deck has been very consistent in finding those mid-game threats. Because you obviously run a lot of 6+ cost cards. Sign in. Any excuse to play sign in, I'm happy. I wonder if any... Obviously, if Galio's a popular deck, it might be hard for Ashe LeBlanc to be incredibly good with the Frostbite not being too applicable. But I wonder how Ashe LeBlanc has been doing. 52% win rate. I've also been curious about Scouts. I feel like that's an awful deck at the moment, but it has like a 53% win rate. Which for a deck, if you're trying to play like off meta, you definitely want more win rate than that, but it's always been one of my favorites, so I'm always tempted to pick it up, but I played it a little bit this season, it did not feel great. I'll just start with a pass here. I'm not gonna really care about the damage as much, and if we can get them to burn another turn, like thinking we're threatening our own challenger here. Okay. I don't want to run into my own, or into their own Shielded Durand, so I'll just end the round. I don't know if I should have attacked there and just try to be like, okay, I know I can't do anything, I'll just take the damage. Like, that's fine.
No one is beyond my reach. No one.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. Playing Inquisitor doesn't actually accomplish much. Oh, well, I'm stupid. That was silly. Yeah. Obviously, I should have just cast that. Because even with 1 mana versus the 3 mana with Suppression in hand, they can still do whatever they want. So it doesn't matter. I should have just played the Suppression. That was a little bit of an oopsies from just making a stupid mistake. I'll shackle the Charger here. They could kill my Morgana if they have their own Gentleman's Duel. Okay, I'm also fine with this. Now I just have to decide if I want to throw my Inquisitor or the Broadwing. And because I'm playing Galio, I'm just gonna keep the Broadwing alive instead. I'm pretty happy to see signing here. I really want to try to find Galio soon. Or like a Sheriff. And just playing my 6 drops obviously starts to level up Morgana much faster. It took me so long to even realize that when you play your 6+ units, the Dragon Boons count as targeting for Morgana's level up. And I don't know why it took me so long to notice that, but so yeah, Mahira, you get 2 curses and the Dragon Boon, so it's like 3 triggers for Morgana. Excuse me. And even if we don't find a unit next turn, at least we'll be in a spot where we can hold up our spells for a turn then. This might convince them to use a strike spell on my sign-in instead. Okay. Windsinger, that's actually really interesting for just throwing back a Petricite Charger that gets really buffy. Because it's not always great to like recall a Morgana and let them reshackle stuff. Even if it obviously costs a little bit more. Our opponent just picked up this deck too. It's so funny because I've played a lot of Elder Dragon decks because so many of the decks only run 1 copy. You know, you don't actually have too much mastery level with them. So yeah, this upcoming turn, I might just start with my 1-drop. Oh, interesting. I'm surprised they go for that now. It obviously makes sense to, you know, damage the Broadwing here, but... I'm just going to start with my Petricite Hound to keep up my 6 mana for either double spell Or they play big unit and I can recall it. Like a Galio would be awful here. But at least then we could recall something like the Charger that gets incredibly buffed up. Yeah. Now it's just kind of how do we kill them when they're so strong. I can recall the Fire Spitter. I mean I guess probably the Fire Spitter. They're all kind of problematic, huh? I guess it's kind of important to find your own Galio in this matchup. Because none of our dudes are killing anything. So I think at this point I'm just going to have to recall this. Because this is actually threatening to push a lot of damage since we don't have too many fearsome blockers. And obviously Challenger's really frustrating. We can kind of deal with this guy for as long as we need right now. I guess the healing is okay. Gets this guy a little safer. Or a little stronger. I guess we could also just play for Elder Dragon. Right here we just play like a Mahira or another recall. Go into our turn 9 and just slam Elder Dragon. Hope that's enough. He's not going to be leveled. But he'd just be big chunky Elder Dragon. If they try to kill Morgana, I'm just going to have to let her die and replay one. Yeah, this gets tricky. I can shackle Galio if they play a unit here. If they play like a 6-cost unit here. That could protect our Morgana. Perfect. Okay, that's big, that's big, that's big. I'm going to have to let that resolve. I need to play Mahira.
I will fight with you, but I will never call you mother. And I would never ask you to, daughter.
Okay, upcoming turn. How do we do this? This is tricky. This is a good game. I'm very into this. Let's see. That shouldn't matter at this point. I was only ever going to be able to play Elder Dragon next turn anyway. Galio levels, but I could just kill him. If I play Elder Dragon, he's a 10-10. So a spell, a Gentleman's Duel would kill him, which is bad. I could... recall something. I'm not pushing lethal on the open, I don't think. I could go like Shackles plus Dark Binding. I don't know, I think that's just a worse way of doing this. Okay. If they're spending 8 mana to unshackle these two, they can't play the Petricite Charger anyway. This is an elusive. I could just try to push as much damage as possible here. Because I already have one challenger and Morgana's stunning something. Ooh, this is a tight game. I only get to play one unit here. So I don't know if that's the best one. Even Elder Dragon dies to like a recall there. Or like to a Gentleman's Duel. I don't know why I said recall. They could have their own Windstinger. That'd be bad. But we'd still be pushing a lot of damage because they'd have 2 shackled units. And we have a Broadwing to pull. So This is a really close game. If they kill elusives or Mahira, they still have to deal with Morgana. We're representing enough threats. It's curious to see what they're gonna do here. They have 8 men of shackles in hand. I don't know. It's kind of fascinating. Now they can only unshackle one of these two. Oh, but they rally, right. Again, that's not the worst thing in the world, though, when they have this attack. This is actually fine for us. Their attack isn't killing us, no matter what here, unless they have specifically... No, they wouldn't be able to kill us. I think we're fine, I think we're fine.
Looks like fun.
Oh, Morgana? Right. Hmm. Let me think this through. If I let this resolve... I can use Petricite Charger to pull Galio. I'll play Mage Seeker Jr. and I'll be doing... they'll block 1, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. So I don't think that does much. I'll just do this so next turn I don't have to block as much. And it stops them from dealing any damage next turn either. By damaging these guys. Okay. So now I just need to decide if I should play Suppression so I can at least respond with spells. Or if it's more important to play Mage Seeker Jr. I think I'm just gonna get the Suppression out of hand. Okay. Next turn I can play Elder Dragon plus a spell. And their rally is no longer threatening. I don't have a way to kill an Elder Dragon though. Oof. If they slam... I mean, it's a one-of, right, usually, so... That's not the worst thing in the world. So many decisions. This is a really good game. Ah, man. That's gonna be a problem. I could Morgana shackle it. Then like double shielded Durant to protect her. Okay. Because right now, even if my Morgana somehow dies, they'd have 2 units shackled going into next turn.
I have found such beauty in mortality.
And I'm representing 7 damage in the air. So like Elder Dragon Impact or... Yeah, they're going after the elusive. Fascinating. Okay, that's interesting. Do I let that go or do I try to... If I go double Shielded Rand, that's +6. So yeah, Shielded Rand would still kill her. They get the rally back here, so I think this is fine. I'm just gonna let this go. Or I could just block here, because this guy's... He's not attacking, really. He's not important at this point of the game. Hold on. How's this working? Yeah, they still might... No, they can't kill Galio. I mean, they can't kill, Morgana. Alright, well at least now we know. They had to pre-commit it, so... That should be game over then. I just open attack, shackle, and we finish him off. Ooh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. How do I do this? I'm pretty sure, obviously, we just save Morgana here. But there's no way I can stop them from interacting with me. Even, like, Inquisitor plus Fettering. They could still just get rid of the suppressions and kill my Morgana. So do I just take the open attack? Force them to have spells? And in that case, even if they get damaged, they can't hurt us too bad with the rally? Or is it ever better to develop Elder Dragon without having any spells available? I'm really stuck here. I'm not sure Elder Dragon does much. Like, if I could level him, maybe it would be worth the risk. Or if I play Elder Dragon, they have to kill him. That's 3 mana. They go down to 7 mana. They can unshackle 1.
I do not fear them.
Shackle
I have
pull.
been through far worse than this.
I think... The post spells don't save me, though, if they have a Gentleman's Duel. So I think maybe it's just... I'm going to throw out Elder Dragon and see what happens here. That's one first step that's important. And they can't unshackle Sign-In or Elder Dragon without just getting reshackled when I go for Morgana. So like, I'd have to unshackle both for that to really have any effect, and I don't know if that does much. But for example, I can just hit them with Elder Dragon. I can just pull right here with my last Challenger unit, so they're kind of in a pickle. I think maybe I'm just overthinking this and we should be good to go, but... If they kill Elder Dragon, they still just die to Morgana, I think.
No half-mask can hide the torment you're truly in, Klaus.
You're just a mere conjurer. Go away. Ill winds blow.
Oh wait, yeah, hold on. I can't pull these two, right? Oh no, here we go. There we go. Okay, we found it. So now they just can't block my Galio, my Elder Dragon. Can't block Elder. Yeah, good point. Thank you, Aatrox. first time chat helps me get the win. I appreciate it. I almost missed that too. I knew I was like seeing something in my brain. The gears are just really slow. I'm like, there's some way this fearsome is important here, right?
Our suffering was not in vain.
Oh, that's funny. That was a good game, though. I love mirror matches, man. I know sometimes people get frustrated by mirror matches in card games, but I think they're fascinating. Like, there are obviously some decks when it matches up, not very fun. But for the most part, I think it's really cool. Take that one, yeah. Karma Set. Oh, okay. This is an interesting one, too. I'm definitely going to be looking for our suppression cards in this matchup. Nice lethal. Thank you. It took me a long time to get there. But we found it. That's funny. Petrosite Charger seems like an okay card in this matchup, too. Do I feel nervous as I climb higher? Once I get really high, I do. I actually don't generally feel too nervous on ladder, but even like gauntlets or any tournaments, I get scared, yeah. But usually not so much on ladder. Because I'm not good enough on ladder to qualify for, like, you know, like the Worlds tournaments through ladder points anyways. So it's more just about the self-esteem of like, oh, at least I'm in Masters. But when it comes to just like ladder, when I'm, you know, I don't think I've ever even hit 300 LP. I don't get too concerned about it. Oh, 470 points. Nice. First time I reached there. That's awesome. I guess the suppression actually doesn't feel all that great in this matchup because they're going to get so many free mana gems anyways. They kind of accelerate ahead on mana anyway. Is your high score? Yeah. I have been almost top 100 rank just because I hit Masters early in the season. So I didn't actually need to get much LP to be ranked in the top however many 100 people.
Technique is for lightweights.
I saw somewhere that Galio Morgana Elder Drake was busted. Yeah, this is where I think it's busted. These stats right now, it's the second most played deck. But it has a 65% win rate, which is absurd. Do I even develop this here, or do I just open attack and then play Morgana? What do I do here? This is awkward. Maybe I shouldn't have killed the set so quickly. Maybe, yeah, okay, that was a mistake. If I'm thinking back, I probably should have let them attack, and then I would have just played like a Shielded Durand. I mean, I would have had to kill set anyways at some point. I think I'm just trying to play it too convoluted. Okay, I'm just gonna play Charger and keep up my pump spell here. Over 80% of your games. Yeah, I touched it a little bit, just here and there, a few days ago. And I liked it, but I didn't play too much of it. But yeah, today I've been cruising with it. Do I ever get to play Galio? Yeah, quite a bit. He's actually come quite handy. Especially in the board-based matchups. Just dumping this dude who like makes all your dudes from an 0-1 to an 0-4 or whatever it may be. Wow, look at this. This is kind of nasty if this goes through like this. Because Harsh Winds doesn't do much here. I'm even going to preemptively play Shielded Durand, so that next turn I get the additional 2 damage on my dude. Maybe should have pre-committed the spell for more damage. Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I was like, maybe I should. But this should be good here. Even if they freeze Morgana, they'd have to have like stuns here as well. And we have a 3 damage spell in hand too. Why is this in my deck? Ah, I got this from Infinite Patrons. This is his deck list I saw him climbing with. He was like top rank 30, someone like that. And I was like, it's just a 1-of, don't worry. It's not like it's a 3-of or anything. But it's really good in the board-based matchups, man. You know, like all of a sudden you essentially get Challenger on all your units for a turn. Look at this. This is a quick game. I've had some use for it. It's not been awful. It's very utility, you know. It's a good utility card. You still get the dragon boons on it from Elder Dragons, so it can still get like fearsome or impact or challenge or whatever. What does this deck even struggle against? Let's check. I'm not sure. Actually has a pretty bad win rate. Sub 44% win rate against Mordekaiser Morgana. 45% win rate against Lurk. 50% win rate against Teemo Yumi, pretty much. Volibear looks bad. Mordekaiser Nasus, 25 matches only, but only a 36% win rate against that deck. It's kind of funny. Otherwise, like, you stomp some of these other decks. Elder Dragon Nora, 70%. Karma Set, 70%. Darius Nar, 70%. Like, Teemo, Caitlyn, Freljord, 78% win rate against that deck. Let's see here. Just Mono Darius, no Nar. Interesting. I still think the Fire Spitter is best. Yeah, Fire Spitter is really good. That deck struggles against Mono Volibear. I'll put the deck list specifically into the chat in just one moment. Okay, let me check this game real quick. Fettering, interesting. Maybe I'll consider keeping it to put Unbroad Wing as a, you know, a 5 health blocker early in the game. I think I'd just rather find a real unit though. I actually don't know if I have the Legends of Runeterra deck extension set up for my Twitch. Sorry about that. Not enough crystals for Nar, yeah. I guess I'll offer this trade. I don't want them to get this into a 3 damage thing next turn. Okay. Because if they had, for example, like the 3-1 tough, this would become a 3-3, and they'd have a 3-1 to go through my... Okay, this is interesting. I wonder if they'll take this attack. I don't think they will, right? But it just dies for free next turn, hopefully. But yeah, I saw, if I looked at like the Master Tracker app, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the top... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 5 of the top 10 climbers over the past 3 days have been using Galio Morgana. So this is interesting. I could just double trade, which I think makes the most sense. Because if I do it this way, I have to commit this guy to killing him next turn anyway. I think this is fine because I have an O4 coming down, which is a pretty good unit. So I'll just take the trade. And they don't have too many expensive units unless this is like a strange deck list. So I might just try to see if I can keep Windsinger for Darius. I don't see any reason to hold back the attack here. They would, but they wouldn't be scared to develop or anything. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, I'll just go Shielded Durant here. They might have like a Might or something. But if I played Mage Seeker Jr., would I even want to block with my Recharger and just like throw it away to save the 4 health when I'm still getting the Ichor? I think I'm just going to try to take this gamble. Because even at this point, if they... what could they have? They could have like a... What's it called? Why can't I think of Volibear? The Sky Splitter, there we go. Okay, 7. Yeah, this is actually going to be really bad if they have... Well, sorry, I'm muttering to myself. I don't even know if this is that bad if they have a Sky Splitter. Because it won't kill my Charger. They wouldn't deal any damage. They would just keep him alive. I do not wear glasses. Why do you ask? I don't know if that was a joke that I just totally did not get, but... No. I'm threatening a lot of damage here. I might even just... Yeah, I'll probably just tap out here if they don't play a unit right now. Threaten 9 damage. Okay. Well, now they're kind of just dead to our next Mahira attack. If they don't find enough units. Like this upcoming turn, we could recall something. Maybe, yeah, I guess Mahira's a little... Anyways, I don't know. I could just... I don't know. I'll recall something this turn. I want to get my unit on board. I don't want it to completely pass this turn. If they just like slam a Darius, we'll be looking good.
For me, the spirits dance.
Yeah, I think I'll just recall the Raisin Race. We're still at 19. Darius isn't threatening us anytime soon. At least if I do this, all they can do this turn is replay it, and they still wouldn't be able to attack through my Predacite Charger.
The forest hides friend and foe alike.
This alone will be pushing 5 damage this upcoming turn too. Or 6 damage. Okay, sorry. Math, of course. I always forget it gets double impact. I find that funny. If I could top deck a Morgana... No, what can we win here with? The Fire Spitter. That's when we'd like to have a Fire Spitter. Ah, if only this is the 3rd Fire Spitter.
Place could use some mortar.
Well, if they don't have another unit, we're winning. Or freezes. I don't know what they have in their deck. I don't know. Maybe this mono Darius thing is throwing me off. I'm sure it's just the normal Darius and the Gnar list without Gnar. They are in trouble though. We kind of just get to obliterate their whole board here. Next turn, if they develop things, we just get to play Mihira.
Let us soar.
They're forced to block here too. I don't think I'm missing lethal. Since these guys don't have any keywords, I'm pretty sure this is the best we're gonna get. I don't think we're missing anything, but I haven't leveled Elder Dragon in so long, despite all these Elder Dragon decks I'm playing. I don't know. I think we're in a good spot. We're just at so much health. They're forced to develop next turn. There's no way they can't. And then Mihira next turn will decrease our Elder Dragon to 9. Maybe we could get a big Elder Dragon attack in, even if he's not leveled this game. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Again, Rolling Death is usually a nice way for them to push overwhelm damage. I think we're chilling right now. I'm not too worried. Plus, every opponent playing aggro right now just has to worry that when you play your 6 cost units, you don't get the healing, you know? Boom, roasted. Alright, GG. I'm going to inspect their deck. I love that they added that little UI feature at the end of the game. 200 LP, let's go. I was like 30 LP this morning when I woke up. I don't think I'm like that much of a better player all of a sudden. I think this is just a good deck. Okay, what are they running? Huh, interesting. No, I'm in North America. Okay, the mirror match again. Or not mirror match, just the Morgana Mordekaiser version. I do like Signin. It's a nice 6-drop. Like, the game is almost certainly going to go that long. It's just a matter of should I dig for my earlier cards. I think so. I'm always tempted to keep him, though. He's a nice card. Okay, those are literally the exact 2 cards I was thinking about. Okay, sure, that works. And the good thing is here, they can't play unit plus hate spike very easily on turn 2 here. Hopefully. Okay, so now I can resolve this fettering. And then follow up with Charger and then turn 4 Inquisitor. Sure. I think I should do this now. I'm worried if no, wait, hold on. Yeah, Petrosite Charger comes down next turn and won't take damage. That's fine. We're fine. Okay. I was thinking I don't want him to die to like a Death's Grasp, but I always forget he doesn't take damage from that. I don't think this guy's the most valuable unit at the moment, so I'm going to just try to clear the way for my other things to get attacking soon. This is a pretty nice curve, too. I think I'll take this attack. If they block here, they're not having a Ceaseless Sentry on board for Mordekaiser. I don't know. I never know what to do. Like, I need to kill this guy anyways at some point to attack with my units. So it's like now or later. And at least if I do it now, they can't get the extra draw from Mordekaiser. But it's letting them draw closer to other things that are worse for us, like Mage Seeker Inquisitor. I don't like opening with Morgana when there's nothing on board, so I'm glad they at least played something I'm willing to shackle next turn. They spent a lot of mana. That's like 6 mana they spent this game on the suppressions already. Okay, look at this curve. This is insane. This is like the perfect game to showcase Galio. Which makes me regret a little bit throwing away my O2 for no reason.
You cannot break a shattered soul.
Obviously, she could die Death's Grasp, but I have things to do every turn from now on out, so I'm not really gonna hold her back.
It will all be over soon.
Those little wispy sounds are so funny. Our curve gets a little disrupted by a Morgana shackle. And there's nothing really on board I want to kill.
No half mask can hide the torment you're truly in, Klaus.
You're just a mere conjuring. Go away.
Like this is doing it at the moment. Do I just play Cyanide instead? Or I could play Fire Spitter and turn him into a 7 health unit next turn. I don't need the card draw right now. I think I'm just gonna kill this guy off. Yeah, Fire Spitter before the Galio bucks. Infinite Patrons, how's it going? I stole this deck from your leaderboard account. Look at this. Infinite Patrons. That's so funny. How are you doing? I guess I have to worry a little bit. If they slam Mordekaiser next turn, that gives me more suppression, but I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. We don't really need to cast any spells for the rest of this game, hopefully. And again, if they play Mordekaiser, they're just walking to the Fire Spitter, so it's kind of... Yeah, that's a tough decision for them. Oh, you were on Badger Bears though, not Chargers. Gotcha. Okay. I wonder. I maybe grabbed the wrong list. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world though. That's. I don't know, it saves a little bit of damage, but this challenging Mordekaiser is much more threatening. What made you decide to run the Badger Bears? Oh, Challenger Deathless. I kind of. I think I might go Challenger to try to make sure my Morgana can attack. And he's also just a huge Challenger threat too. People think Seleucus beats this deck. Gotcha.
I will bless you with death. I am not done with you. Looks like fun.
Own your frailty.
With Badger Bears, you don't lose to anything. That's a good point. Yeah. I know. I've seen a ton of people climbing with this deck, and I feel like I've barely done much to win with it. It just wins. It's really good.
Return to us.
Look at this. This is just so nasty. What are they going to do about this?
I will fight with you, but I will never call you mother, and I would never ask you to, daughter.
That level up took so long to trigger. What stops elusives? I haven't played it much in Masters at all, but I found okay success with some of the broad main decks occasionally. Sometimes they still just overrun you, but like at least you could pie toss plus broad main your way to victory. Oh wait, what happened here? Oh, they last one on the Rekindler. Well, that makes things a little tricky here. Another Galio. What am I scared of? I don't know if there's any way for me to actually kill them here too much. I could try to push the overwhelm damage with Mahira, plus the elusive damage, plus Morgana damage, and impact rating damage from Spire Spitter. Okay, but what am I trying to recall? Mordekaiser just lets them retrigger everything. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think recalling does much here. Maybe I'll just go... Always Galio? Okay, always Galio. Lack of experience in the deck speaking there. This protects him from Hate Spike, but I don't think that's the biggest worry in the world. I think I'll just give him Deathless. Seems good in case I try killing him again.
Don't leave me again.
Now, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to attack here,
Do not
rather than just let Galio level up. Maybe at some point I'll use a suppression up. We just haven't needed it so far. Ah, man. I don't know if I've ever seen so many Mordekaisers on board without them actually being able to attack.
feel my pain.
And next turn, if I get to cast my suppression, we can at least try to kill some other stuff, but I hope I didn't throw this somehow. Like, if I had the Glimpse Beyond, I don't know. We should be fine, I think. They have to open attack to kill Galio, but he still respawns. If I play one of my 6-class units, I wouldn't be able to play Gentleman's Duel. I hope I don't have like a Soul Cleave. Ah, that hurts. That's the first time I've ever seen that card resolve in game. Well, that doesn't seem particularly good for me. I guess I can just recall one of them to save a little bit of HP from the drain and the damage. Yeah, it doesn't seem great for me. Ooh, that protects Galio. I don't know if that matters, though. Because she's dead either way, so I'll just heal up. Mordekaiser, yeah. Man, I thought we were in a pretty good spot. I can't believe I lost that. But they just get to play this again anytime they want. Wow, this went very poorly, didn't it? I don't know what to do here. I don't think anything in my hand does much here. Impact damage isn't helping us get across the finish line. I was like slowly losing, but holding on to it as long as I can. I can now Gentleman's Duel to try to kill this Mordekaiser. Ooh, whoa, hold on a second, hold on a second. Well, that's one way at least to clear up the board. It still kills all units though, that's kind of unfortunate. Wild game, this is so strange. Yeah, that was a bit wild. Oh wait, we die anyway? Ah, what? That is so weird. Ah, man, what a way to go out. That's kind of funny. I definitely didn't see that coming. I don't know if there was any way for me to play around that. Well, that was a lot of fun. We at least hit 200 LP today, even if kind of lost a close one in the final game of the day. That was a lot of fun. Thanks everybody for stopping in. I really appreciate it. That was a good time. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I hope you guys have a good one yourselves, and we'll see you around.